What's up, everybody? I'm Ryan McCaffrey with IGN, joined by Timon from the Techland development team on Dying Light. And Timon, we're here to take a look at the first publicly revealed gameplay footage of the game. We've got about a nice 12-minute chunk here to look at.
Yeah, it's quite huge, and we are really proud of it. It's like what we've been working on for a year and a half now, so it is something. I hope people will enjoy it.
So the basic idea is, now I was lucky enough to play this at E3, and it was one of my favorite things of the show, largely because, as loyal IGN fans know, I'm a huge Mirror's Edge fan, and this game has definitely some Mirror's Edge flavor to it, with obviously mixing in some, maybe a little Left 4 Dead, but certainly also some of your own games
as
well, some Dead Island.
So the parkour moves, we refer to them as natural movement, and this is something that really started the whole Dying Light project, because when we were able to pull it off, and we were able to pull it off in first person, we just felt that it is something great, and hope you like it.
So, yeah, we're seeing obviously much more combat than, we just saw more combat than the entirety of Mirror's Edge. Basically, combat is a big part of the game. Is it largely, it's mostly melee weapons?
Well, it is melee weapons, but what needs to be said is that it's not only combat. In fact, combat is not even the easiest way out. You have to use your smarts and you have to use your agility to overcome obstacles, because this is a action survival game. So in order to survive, you have to use everything that you can. Not only combat, but also your moves, your skills, etc.
Because what we're not seeing here, which I did see, of course, when I played it at E3, we're not seeing the HUD in this case. And you can't, like, you get fatigued. You can't just swing your melee weapon over and over without any repercussion.
Yes, the HUD will be minimal in the final game. We work on it to be as minimal as possible, but of course there will be HUD, and it shows that when you swing a weapon, you use some of your stamina, and if you swing a harder weapon, then the stamina loss is greater. So you have to consider if it's the best way to go out fighting, but not only because of the stamina, but also because you have to use your supplies wisely, and also because you have to be aware of your surroundings, and maybe there are some other options that can make you proceed better and faster and with less risk.
Now, I saw this exact part at E3. We burst into that door. There was a child's chalk scrawl drawing on the door. There's a survivor in here, in fact, right in this cabin.
Yes,
this is an optional open world side mission,
yes,
right?
It is something which we call encounters. These encounters are generated dynamically, and this is something that you can, but you don't have to do. So if you hear someone screaming, you can rush to help. In this case, it's a little girl, but it's not always a little girl. In fact, we have a few dozen of these encounters, and each of them varies, so have some different variations. So really, it's like hundreds of them.
So is the reward here just a little bit of side story for finding these children and these survivors, or is there a tangible reward, like maybe a good weapon might be in here or something like that?
Well, I think it's a little side story. There's always some kind of a reward. You get extra XP. You improve your status level or your reputation level. Okay. So this gives you access to other quests, etc., etc.
Now we are seeing a lot of zombies on screen. This game is coming to PC, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and are there current gen versions as well?
Yes, current gen as well. So it's Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3.
And you're pulling off all these zombies on the current gen versions as well?
Yeah, we try to not to sacrifice any gameplay.
Yeah.
And because the number of zombies is gameplay, we try not to sacrifice that.
And obviously, we are looking at the prettiest version of the game now here, whether this is a next gen platform or high-end PC.
Yeah,
we're looking. This is the very pretty version of Dying Light. Now, what's going on here? So we've got our hands up. You're in. That was another human-controlled area.
There are some other factions in the game, and not all of these factions are friendly. So this is another opportunity for you to decide if you want to engage or if you just want to back out and maybe proceed somewhere else.
And a big part of it, the reason that they're there and they are an antagonist to you is there are supply drops that come in, right?
Yeah, the city is closed under quarantine, so everyone is doing everything they can to survive in this quarantine, and there's some outside, say, faction, military or government that supplies people living in the quarantine and helps them with medikits, medicine, food, etc.
And you have to race to get to those before the rival factions get to them. Now, what happens if you can't get to them? Do you fail the mission, need to start over, or does the game continue but you lose energy from not having food, or how does that work?
You never have to start over in our game.
Yeah.
So if you don't manage to be there first, you just find that the airdrop has been taken, so it's an empty case. Or maybe you will find some people there. Maybe you will have to fight with them. Maybe you will want to barter with them. So there are many options.
Interesting. Now we're seeing a custom weapon here. Can you tell us about the weapon system in the game?
There is a crafting system. We're not talking about the crafting system that much at the moment, but you will be able to craft weapons and to make them more impactful.
Okay, this electrified machete. Now, who is this giant zombie mutant chasing us?
Well, it is someone we call them demolishers, and it's just one of our enemy types. But as you could see, he threw the car at other zombies, so there are lots of emergent moments like that in our gameplay.
Running definitely seemed like the best choice there. Boy, there is...
Oh, that was nice, and there's another one. Very
so that
nice
was a charge-up attack where you did that 360 spin?
Yes. So this is an example of our active skills. Players will be able to gain those skills during the game, and they'll be able to use them.
So is that was a fire burning in the distance. Now I know we're trying to get to the supply drop here.
Yes, you have to look for the flare. So it's there.
There it is.
Yes, exactly.
Now the game changes a lot. Now see, we're getting the late afternoon, low sunlight. The game changes a lot once nighttime sets in, yes?
Night is a real game changer. In fact, it's nearly like having two games in one. When the night starts, the tables turn, and you get completely different experience. You have to hide from the zombies. You have to be aware of your surroundings. You have to be focused all the time because each mistake can be lethal.
So would you say that? Oh, and now as it's turning tonight, would you say that
kind of speed it up, so it's not like that in final game that it happens so fast.
Does it become more of a defensive stealth game at night and more of an offensive game during the day?
Well, you could say that, but it's not really like that. We give you as many options during the night as we give you during the day. So you can choose to be sneaky, you can choose to be quick, or you can choose to fight. But fighting is way harder during the night.
Now, so is Mirror's Edge an inspiration from this game? Sort of, where did the game come from? Because this is definitely not your average everyday open world game, average everyday zombie game, or average everyday first-person game.
So when we started this, we wanted to create something unique, and we started with a question: what would we really do in a scenario like this? What would we do in a situation like this? And one of the answers was that we would try to avoid contact, and if you would try to avoid contact with zombies, we would maybe try to climb on buildings, jump through roofs. So that's where the whole natural movement things comes from.
So we've reached one of the supply drops here, and you've had to fight through it. We saw some the zombie, the sort of little bit of X-ray vision. That meant you were breaking some bones there.
Yes, it shows you that you broke a zombie's hand or leg, so it changes the behavior, and they are not able to hit you with that arm, or they're slower when their leg is broken. So it's just showing you what you've done to the enemy.
Now this.
So this is something which we call night sense, and you can use this to find. So you can use this to find the enemies in the game world. So you'll see in a moment that when the hero uses his night sense, he will see this red glow.
There we go.
Yes, and that means that there is the most dangerous predator, an enemy which we call volatile. So you have to be extremely quiet. You have to be sneaky about it, because these guys are really something. When they grab you, when they hit you, it's like game over for you.
Yeah, I'm guessing you're not much of a superhero in this game. That it doesn't. Your life is, your health is not very large, and then a couple hits are going to take you out.
I think it's really common sense. You as prone to impact, to damage as any human being would be.
Still sneaking around, doing well so far here. And yeah, I remember this from E3, and my heart was pounding as I was playing this.
So now the chase will begin.
Oh no.
So you've been noticed and you have to run to your safe house.
Yeah, you should, I mean, there's no way you could possibly kill every one of these zombies, right? It's just impossible.
As you've seen, you can be smart about it. You can hide in one of those buildings. You can break into those buildings. And that should help you survive.
Nice slide move.
Yes. So we have lots of these in our game. You can jump over the fences. You can slide under obstacles. So lots of stuff, really. And you can even jump on zombies.
Nice. Run.
The flashlight helps you to navigate. Oh, and here's your safe house. Whew. Bam. Oh.
So
it always happens.
Dying Light is out when? In 2014?
It's 2014, yes.
Just sometime in 2014.
Yes, that's all we're revealing right now.
Timon, thank you very much. That is Dying Light for any favorite platform you might have. For more on Dying Light, you're already in the right place. IGN.